Hello friends, and today we will be drawing a very delicate, beautiful, light beige butterfly. So, while I finish drawing the antennae, your main task is to clearly transfer the drawing onto the paper surface, make a sketch if you wish to draw it yourself. So when we have transferred our drawing onto paper or sketched it ourselves, it is important to take a kneaded eraser and remove excess graphite from our paper. Why is this done? I'll explain. This is done so that during watercolor painting, our graphite doesn't create dirt. In nature, it is actually transparent, but since we have a white sheet of paper, we'll make it beige. The wings have a very unusual mesh pattern, and in each cell there are interesting delicate speckles. So what colors do we need? We only need 4 shades. The first one is ultramarine, which we will use to cover the entire butterfly. The second two are ivory and sepia with a warmer undertone, and the third is yellow ochre. Essentially that's all, just 4 colors. And the first thing I do is take ultramarine with a cool tint and a super diluted semi-transparent paint to cover our entire moth, wet on wet. So let's proceed directly to the drawing process. As you can see in the video, I diluted the ultramarine very well with water. Then I moistened each wing and applied our ultramarine while wet. This is done to ensure that our layer of paint is even during application. I do this to separate the tonal volumes of our butterfly from the beige sheet of paper. We repeat the same process with the other wings. Our butterfly has dried and we are starting directly with drawing interesting cells. As I mentioned earlier, I will use 2 brown colors, ivory, which is cooler, and a warmer one, sepia. You can also use umber. So let's start painting our cells. I am using the wet on dry technique. This option turned out to be the most optimal for filling our cells with color. Then, while our cells are still wet, I start adding dots. They nicely spread and create a natural wing pattern. Sometimes I listened to each cell, and sometimes I painted several and dried them with a hairdryer as they were ready. But you can act according to your intuition and your desire. The only difficulty you might encounter is managing to stay within the cell boundaries. Very often, I went over the edges and had to correct the drawing or erase it and apply color again. See how unusually lace-like our moth wing begins to look with the application of more and more cells. The main thing here is not to rush and to act carefully. Try to enjoy the process. After all, watercolor is a form of meditation. So, our cells are ready, and just look at how beautiful our moth is already. Now with yellow ochre, we will color the base of our wings and also draw 2 dark round spots there. I repeat all the color spots exactly as in the photo reference. Here, I will use 2 colors. These are yellow ochre and ivory. Then I dry each wing with a hairdryer, but be very careful. Use the hairdryer on cool settings. Otherwise, if you use hot air, it could eventually ruin your drawing. Our wings are ready, and we are starting to draw the moth's body. I try to replicate the same pattern I see in the photo reference, but don't even attempt to draw everything super perfectly.
After the wings and body, I draw the antenna.
And the final part of painting our butterfly is the very thin hairs on the tips of the butterfly's wings. For painting our hairs, I will use titanium white and sepia. For this, take the thinnest brush that you have.